Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, you only get 3 videos today because I wasn't able to film yesterday because I got up at 8, then we had breakfast outside, then went for a walk, watched Walden's, and then I had to go to work. I was working till 5, so yeah, I didn't film yesterday. So I'm doing that video today, and then you won't get another one. So you only get 3 this week, but you're still getting videos. So today's actually kind of a special video because I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while now, and I had some time to do it finally. Because it is How to Train Dragon Week, and so it is How to Train Dragon Week. So, and How to Train Dragon consists really of two things: Vikings and dragons. We know that dragons are mythical creatures; they never actually really existed, but Vikings did, and they had their own history and culture and mythology, and some of that is in How to Train Dragon. So I thought I'd go through and see how historically correct How to Train Dragon is. Now, of course, it is a fiction, so there are some things that are made up that actually never really happened in the Viking Age, but we'll see how well they did do their research and if they really did consider some parts of How to Train Dragon in there. So, all my information I actually got from this book. It's on Vikings, and it has everything from the Viking era, so the Viking era, what they did, their culture, what they used, what they did when they weren't fighting the seas, and their convert to Christianity and their legacy. So this is actually a really good book. It's one of the history organization's books. It's Vikings Rulers, the Rulers of Sea and Sword. It's not really a full book because it really is only 96 pages, but it's not quite a magazine. It's a little too thick for that. But I got all my information from here, and I'm going to be pretty much comparing parts of Viking history to How to Train Dragon. So the first thing I thought I would start with would be the age of the Vikings. So the Viking age was from about 800 AD to the later part of the 11th century, so 1000. I guess 1000. Which was around like medieval times, like in Middle Ages and stuff. Now, of course, because How to Train Dragon is fiction, doesn't necessarily mean it takes place in those times. It takes place in How to Train Your Dragon times, whatever that is. As well as the location. So, the Vikings were Norse, so they took, but the location was pretty much Scandinavia, so Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and later on, after colonization, Greenland and Iceland. And of course, because, but Berk we know is a fictional place, so Berk takes place wherever. It's a fictional made-up place. Now, of course, Vikings weren't all that bad. People think that Vikings were people that, like, stormed to the seas and killed many people. Yes, they did do that, and we do see that somewhat in How to Train Dragon, but they mostly fight battles. But Vikings were also kind of peaceful, and they did colonize things like Iceland, which is an independent country now, and Greenland, which is part of Denmark. And we do see that in How to Train Dragon. I mean, they find the edge. And Vikings did actually have tribes. We see that again in How to Train Your Dragon. The culture is somewhat similar, I will say. They did do that. And then mythology, they don't really focus on it because, again, they want to draw attention to the Vikings and the dragons, not really the mythology. But they do mention some gods, especially in the book. Now, there was a period when Vikings actually did convert to Christianity. That's not in How to Train Dragon. But because it is fiction, there is not a lot you're going to find based off of actual history. Unless it was actually about a true story about Vikings. As for all the prosthetic limbs, I don't think that actually happened in Viking era. But the Vikings did use runes, and some of the tools, as we can see, we've seen them use in How to Train Your Dragon. And actually, something cool is, in How to Train Your Dragon, you may notice all the Vikings wear horned helmets. But Vikings do not actually wear horned helmets. And it is so they were I'm just reading this that they were discovered with like Viking ruins and stuff, but they later turned out to predate Vikings and that Greeks and Romans described Northern Europeans wearing those helmets. But when the Vikings finally came, it kind of fell out of fashion. Um, Before they began reigning, it was probably only worn by Norse and Germanic priests. So the people that would like do the religious ceremonies would wear them, because and Vikings didn't actually wear them, but everyone thought that. Everyone thinks that, but they didn't actually, which is actually pretty cool. So that's one thing that How to Train Your Dragon did get wrong. They also got wrong about the women fighting, because women actually never did fight in battle. They didn't become warriors. They stayed home and raised the kids, honestly. That's what they did, and they like spun wool and kept the farms and everything. That's what they did pretty much. That's what the women did. So Astrid and Heather and Valkyrie and all those women fighting doesn't work, because they never actually did that. And of course, it's been a while since I read this. I read this in early May, and it's early July now, so you can tell I am forgetting everything that was in here. But I got the basics of it all figured out. So hopefully you can see that How to Train Your Dragon is a fiction, so they are going to not really base everything off of the Vikings, but they did base some. And hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, stay tuned for next week Heartland. I don't really have anything planned, but hopefully I'll get some stuff in for you guys. Right, see you.